The debut of the first large Mercedes-Benz crossover was met with a bang. In 2005, the U.S. division of the company developed success. The second-generation ML became larger, more modern, and better than its predecessor. The second generation of the Mercedes-Benz M-Class, factory designation W164, received a more aggressive, sporty body style. The car grew in length by 15 centimeters and impressed with a host of innovations, including bi-xenon headlights with adaptive lighting and a 7-speed 7G tronic automatic transmission. The M-Class is available in two versions, regular and off-road, with an optional Off-Road Pro package. The latter includes a lower gear in the transfer case, which can be connected on the go, forced locking of the center and rear differentials, and higher, fixed levels of air suspension. The ground clearance of the cross-country version has been increased from the standard 20 centimeters to the all-terrain 29 centimeters. At the same time, the angle of entry increased from 27 to 33 degrees. Under the engine compartment and the bottom, enhanced protection. This is from Honest Iron. Other functional additions include a slope assistance system. In fairness, it should be noted that the basic version of the M-Class, which is essentially a crossover, also has the ability to remove excess torque from the wheel. This is done by the standard ETC traction control system, which is very efficient and fast. On steep bends with hanging wheels, the standard M-Class climbs only a little worse than off-road. Of course, we are talking about a car on standard tires. Despite the fact that the M-Class is quite good on the ground, in practice, even having armed the ML with toothy wheels and raising the pneumatics to the maximum, it is risky to use it as a full-fledged SUV, especially in terms of overcoming fords. If the water has reached the level of the doors, it is likely that it will fall into the niche under the feet of the right passenger. And there, both main and additional batteries and, worse, one of the electronic signal processing units. Water is definitely contraindicated for him. Of course, Mercedes-Benz door seals are of high quality, but they are hardly designed for long-term water procedures. In the line of gasoline engines, 3.5 and 6.0L, the Junior engine is the most rational. The 6-liter V8, despite its outstanding dynamics and noble sound, is too voracious and strongly presses the ML's muzzle to the pavement, forcing the driver to accurately calculate the speed in every turn and work the steering wheel with jewelry. The 3.5-liter engine is a bit shriller, but the car is better balanced and handles more adequately. Well, our favorite, as usual, is a 3-liter diesel. With it, the M-Class is the most economical and is equal in dynamics to a smaller gasoline one. However, early models with this engine suffered from such extravagant failures as the melting of the cast iron exhaust manifold and the warping of the turbine swirl flaps. Many 2005 to 2006 M-Class engines in the 60,000 to 130,000 kilometers mileage range show excessive wear on the camshaft drive idler gears and balancer shaft. The reason is the poor quality of their production. The Polish enterprises are to blame, to which Mercedes-Benz gave the production of part of the components. Since 2006, after changing the supplier, the problem has gone away, but replacing the Eden gears at the service will cost an impressive 90,000 to 100,000 rubles. Another common malfunction is the breakdown of plastic control flaps in the intake manifold or their pushers. Here, repairs will come out cheaper, a little over 40,000 rubles. Not bypassed childhood diseases and transmission. The most delicate unit at first was the 7G tronic box electronic control board located inside the unit. Rather, the speed sensor of the primary and secondary shafts. An analog restored in the conditions of a good car service costs about 20,000 rubles, a new board, 30,000 rubles. To this we must add the work of replacing, about another 10,000 rubles. And the inevitable new oil for automatic transmission, 7,000 rubles. Needless to say, invoice breakdown. Suspension ML W164 is much more reliable than its predecessor, W163. The most common problem is a leaky air support. Replacing the rear support cylinder along with work will require 20,000 rubles. The front leg only changes as an assembly, so repairs cost 3 times more. The rest of the suspension elements are quite consistent with the all-terrain image of the car. Mercedes-Benz pneumatics have one extremely significant limitation. In no case should the engine be turned off at the highest position of the body. After parking on a high curb, be sure to lower the car to normal clearance. Otherwise, the risk of rupture of the air support increases many times over. A car saturated with modern intelligent devices is able to surprise the owner in terms of electronic malfunctions. Something as mundane as a leaky right rear light rubber gasket can not only cause the brake light to go out, but also damage the health of a nearby rear SAM. And if the gum itself is estimated at a ridiculous 1,000 rubles, then the block, depending on the configuration of the machine, is from 11,880 to 27,000 rubles. There is also a typical Mercedes problem. If only one parking sensor fails, the entire system does not work. The frequency of maintenance is determined by the plant at 10,000 kilometers for gasoline cars and 15,000 for diesel ones. Small maintenance at the dealer will result in 12,000 rubles for the owner. Once every 60,000 kilometers, it is necessary to carry out a more complete service with an oil change in the gearbox. This will double the cost. The standard recommendation to flush radiators from summer fluff can be done in 2 volumes. With relatively clean radiators, purging them without dismantling will cost 3,500 to 4,000 rubles. If they are seriously clogged, you will have to remove them, giving 12,000 rubles. Like most of his classmates, ML was capricious at first, but over the years he gained bounce rates and noticeably grew in quality. One of the flagships of the Mercedes family, the M-Class is extremely prestigious, which is why, to put it mildly, it is not budgetary. As a result of a 100% American product orientation, the crossover most closely matches overseas notions of vehicle dynamics, comfort, and perception, but the German technology embedded in it is as expensive as it is effective. In a word, this slightly overweight prosperous family man is a true Mercedes-Benz for all time.